All right, what's going on, guys? I'm in Eagle River, Wisconsin here. I got the Bees jersey on. I'm at an event here for the GLHL, Great Lakes Hockey League Championships. I was here all day yesterday. I was planning on only staying here for a day, but we got hit with the ice storm of the century. I don't know if you can tell it right now, but everything's covered in like a layer of ice an inch thick. So this is a little tour I'm going to give you guys. Oh, look at this. Look at this. We got the trophy is in the house. Let's get a look at this thing. Wow, look at that beauty. Can I get a shot of this on film? Is that all right? Look at this. The keeper of the cup. Nice. This is legendary up here, the Great Lakes Hockey League. And so we're going to see who the champion is today. I was up here as a kid, 10 years old at Eagle River Hockey School, and have great memories up here. This is a legendary barn. It's one of the oldest. I think it's the oldest in Wisconsin and one of the oldest in the country. Don't quote me on that. But I used to come here as a kid. Amazing development here. We'll get a little picture of the dome if you can see it over here. But I had a great lesson. It's actually in my book, Sex, Drugs, Pucks, and Souls, where one of the instructors told me, be feared and respected by your teammates and your opponents. Look at the dome. We're going to head in there. I'm going to show you what that looks like. So be feared and respected. So I took that as advice just to go as hard as I could, to bring it every single day, to back it up when need be. And I'm watching these guys out here in the Great Lakes Hockey League. They're bringing it too. This is men's senior league. And these guys are playing for a trophy on the line. I'll show you this real quick. That is a little mural of the dome, but I'll give you an actual tour of it. So home of the Northland Pines Eagles. And this is actually the home of the Wisconsin Hockey Hall of Fame. And it's right here. Check this out. The Wisconsin Hockey Hall of Fame. Let's check it out. Wow. I mean, growing up in northern Wisconsin here, coming to hockey camp in Eagle River, coming to hockey schools in, oh, look at this, coming to hockey schools in Rhinelander. That's where I was born, Rhinelander, the legendary Hodags. This is pretty cool to see this. Bobby Orr and his story. So I'm up here telling my story, Sex, Drugs, Pucks, and Souls. I have a booth set up that I'll show you. And I'm selling books and having just amazing conversations with people, encouraging people, and telling my story that can hopefully be used for a greater cause and impact people's lives. But it's just cool to think that I'm a part of this tradition up here in northern Wisconsin. You know, being a kid from up here, one of the few guys who made it all the way to the NHL. I was blessed to play for the Boston Bruins. And now just to be able to tell my story in a way that, it's a savage way that I told it, but it's an impactful story of the climb of just a boy with a dream to make it all the way to the NHL. This is pretty cool. And actually one of my hockey mentors growing up is in here. He just got inducted into the Hall of Fame, is Tim Coughlin, the head coach for St. Norbert College, and there he is. Wow, what a legend. Guy knows how to win hockey games, knows how to lead hockey teams, and he taught me a lot of how to chase the dream and make it happen. So big shout out to you, Tim. And congrats on being in the Wisconsin Hockey Hall of Fame. This is cool. A lot of history here. This is Northwoods country. This is home of Pat Dwyer. I got to play with Pat Dwyer for the Great Falls Americans. We won the championship in the AWHL way back in the day in 2000. But his name is still mentioned around here. He's coaching for the Minnesota Wild now. But he's a legend around here, and was blessed to play with that guy. And kind of a cool story, when we were playing out in Great Falls, this is awesome, Wisconsin Selects. I got to play on Wisconsin Selects. Tim Branham, some big names up here. But Pat Dwyer was, and here's the De Pere Deacons. Too many thoughts here in northern Wisconsin. Pat Dwyer was playing, he was about 16 or 17 years old, playing in the AWHL. And I was 18-year-old playing in the AWHL, America West Hockey League. This was a tough league, a fighting league back in the early 2000s. And Patty Dwyer was one of the most skilled guys out there, one of the youngest guys in the league. And he was on my team. And I got to watch him and see him. I saw a level of skill that I'd never seen before. But I also saw a work ethic that I'd never seen before. This guy was giving it every single day. But so you had that natural skill, you had the work ethic, but then you had it combined with belief. And that's something that I didn't learn until late in my career, maybe even recently, the power of belief. Because one day, Pat Dwyer said to me, he looked me in the eye, like just kids, kids with big dreams. And he looked me in the eye and he said, Bobby, I'm going to be in the NHL in 4 years. And he had just signed a scholarship to Western Michigan. He said he's going to be in the NHL in 4 years. And I remember thinking that was so far out of the realm of my possibility because I didn't have the belief. But he believed it and he knew it. And he made it happen. And he played, Rookie of the Year at Western Michigan. And then in 4 or 5 years, he made it to the NHL. And so that taught me a lesson of belief. I was like, well, that guy believed it and knew it. And so I learned later in my career as I chased the dream to play in the NHL, that power of belief and knowing it. So I've been telling a lot of kids up here, I've been signing this little picture I'll show you that I printed out. And I write on there something that Gordie Howe, look at this. Oh, it's all connected. I used to have this exact stick. Man, Gordie Howe right here. I have a bobblehead that he signed to Bobby Robbins and he wrote, "Make it happen." Gordie Howe, make it happen. And that always stuck out to me. Make it happen. And so I've been writing that on a little picture for kids here, make it happen. And I tell them, like, what do you think that means, make it happen? It's not, I hope it happens, or maybe it'll happen, or, someday it'll happen. I'm like, dude, put it in your heart right now that you're going to make it happen. Make it happen. And that's just that power of belief and knowing that you're going to do it. So that's a message I've been trying to send up here to some of these kids at this tournament. But let's go check out. Oh, this is awesome. So that's the Wisconsin Hockey Hall of Fame. Amazing spot. Now I'm going to go check out. I'll show you the rink in there. I'll show you my table that I have set up. This is the champion. This is Sunday. This is the championship game today. So we'll go check it out here. What are we doing? There it is. There. You guys want to be on film? Look at this. This is the crew here, guys. They're guarding the cup, the Coleman Cup.
Coleman Cup.
Tell me a little bit about the Coleman Cup.
Coleman Cup was presented to the Great Lakes Hockey League by one of the hockey gurus in Wisconsin, Mr. Don Coleman out of Fond du Lac.
Oh, yeah.
And he, several years ago in 1992 was the year this was instituted, the cup brought in for league. And it's been going ever since. Fond du Lac, Portage Lake is one of the big winners. Portage Lake is in the championship game today. Won it one time 40 years in a row.
Okay.
So there's been some dynamite teams come out of Portage Lakes, Fondy. Mosinee has won it several times. Eagle River 2 or 3 times. So I'm kind of the guardian of the cup till game day, and then it goes away for a year. We get it back about a month before the tournament next year, and I'll polish it and clean it up and get all the beer stains off.
Nice. Beauty.
Yeah, it's nice.
The Don Coleman Cup.
Don Coleman Cup, yep.
Awesome. All right. Thank you, sir.
You bet, thank you.
All right, let's continue the tour. I used to, man, this was here when I was a kid. It brings back so many memories of being in hockey camp here. And then I'll show you a little table I have set up here. How's it going, guys? Excuse me. So check this out here. So I have this table set up. I'm selling my book, Sex, Drugs, Pucks, and Souls, the Savage memoir. It was pretty funny. Yesterday I was here. There was, hundreds and hundreds of people here yesterday all day. And the crowd this was packed. This arena was packed. I'll show you in there. But there was just people up in the stands reading the Savage memoir, and everybody coming back to the table and telling me how savage it is and how it was impacting them. So pretty cool to be here. This is my setup. Here's the little things I was signing for kids. And then I write "Make It Happen" on there. I got some highlight footage on here. This is from the short time I had in the NHL, but it was all for a greater story. Oh, here's a lot of fight footage. I tell people not a lot of goals, but a lot of hits and fights. So that's the table, and I'll show you last year. I'll just show you what the dome looks like. This is one of the famous arenas here in Wisconsin, made up here from a wooden dome. Check it out. There's plenty of beer flowing last night. It's getting pretty rowdy in here, which is expected in the Great Lakes Hockey League Championships. So that's what's going on. Look at this. Jerseys here. We have here another legendary name and family is the Ludwig family. This is Craig Ludwig, legend, 1,000 NHL games. Brought a Stanley Cup home to Rhinelander. So kind of dark under here, but just a lot of tradition. So hockey is a sport of tradition, and I'm just blown away up here and happy to be a part of this. Look at that thing. The dome. All right, I'm gonna get back to the table. I'm gonna sell some books today. I'm here making this appearance, putting on the jersey, selling my book, Sex, Drugs, Pucks, and Souls, because I know my book has a message, a greater message that has been given to me to bring out into the hockey world, a savage tale, a story of sex, a story of drugs, a story of pucks or chasing the hockey dream, and a story of souls, of a man trying to figure out who he is and what he is in this crazy world we live in. And it's the most raw, realist, savage glimpse you could ever imagine that I was able to capture as a writing English major at UMass Lowell. I was out there playing for the Riverhawks, but I was always writing and honing my craft. And it finally took form in the form of the savage memoir, Sex, Drugs, Pucks, and Souls. And ultimately, it's a redemption story because we all need a little bit of redemption. So I'm going to get to work here, get to signing some books, meeting some people, watching this championship game between Portage Lake and the Fondy Bears. So we'll see who the winner is. I'll get some game footage. Thanks for following along. See ya.